Yesterday, U.S. officials held a White House roundtable with American farmers to announce a landmark relief initiative aimed at stabilizing rural communities and reducing costs for consumers nationwide. The president emphasized that high inflation and rising costs, inherited from the previous administration, have hit farmers and families hard. He highlighted progress, noting that energy prices are dropping, which directly lowers transportation and production costs for agricultural goods.
Done that in so many different fields, and this is a little bit of a different field, but we're bringing prices way down. We inherited a total mess from the Biden administration, the highest inflation in the country's history, and very, very high prices, and prices are coming down, and they're very, very far down on energy. Energy's come, in fact, we hit a very important number, sacred number. We had 3 states in the last 2 days, reported by our energy group, a group of very strong energy people, who said we hit $1.99 a gallon in 3 different states, and that's an amazing accomplishment because the gasoline prices are coming down. When gasoline comes down, everything, it's such a big category that when gasoline comes down, sort of everything sort of follows, but we inherit.
Central to the discussion was a $12 billion economic assistance package, funded through international tariffs. Officials say this package will help farmers cover rising input costs, including fuel, fertilizer, and machinery, while providing certainty for this year's harvest and next year's planting.
That the United States will be taking a small portion of the hundreds of billions of dollars we receive in tariffs. We are making a lot of money from countries that took advantage of us for years. They took advantage of us like nobody's ever seen. Our deficits are way down because of tariffs. I guess because of the election, because without the election you wouldn't have tariffs. You'd be sitting here losing your shirt. But we're taking in billions. We're really taking in trillions of dollars, if you think about it, Scott, because the real numbers, you know, when you think of all the money being poured into the country for new auto plants and all of the other things, AI. So what we're doing is we're taking a relatively small portion of that, and we're going to be giving and providing it to the farmers in economic assistance. And we love our farmers, and as you know, the farmers like me, because you know, based on voting trends, you could.
The roundtable also focused on reducing environmental restrictions on farm machinery, which the administration says have made equipment expensive and complicated. By easing these rules, officials say machinery costs will fall, improving farm productivity.
Reduce, and we're going to do it, and we're going to say you're going to reduce the prices. We're not going to do it and they're not going to reduce. They're going to have to reduce their prices because farming equipment has gotten too expensive. And a lot of the reason is because they put these environmental excesses on the equipment, which don't do a damn thing except make it complicated, make it impractical. And you really have to be, in many cases, you need about 185 IQ to turn on a lawnmower now. So we're going to take that off, that crap off that they put on Biden mostly, and we're going to take that off. So that's going to make that'll bring down the equipment prices a lot.
That's right.
And we're going to.
Trade agreements were highlighted as another key focus. China and Japan have committed to purchasing large volumes of U.S. agricultural products, including soybeans, corn, rice, and ethanol, helping restore America's agricultural surplus and strengthen exports. Video insert Q. Clip 714 to 736 and 1903 to 1921. Discussion of China and Japan deals. 226 to 255. Voiceover.
And he was a food purchaser for a long time, but that's what I hear. And Japan agreed to $8 billion in purchases of corn, soybeans, ethanol, fertilizer, aviation, biofuel, and rice. You know, Japan never bought rice from anybody else. It's like a very important thing to them, and they agreed to buy.
On to reopen China's markets to U.S. agricultural exports, especially soybeans, sorghum, and other commodities. Under this framework, China committed to purchase at least 12 million metric tons of U.S. soybeans this growing season, followed by a minimum of 25 million tons annually for the next.
The president also addressed family farms, announcing the elimination of the estate tax for small farms. This ensures operations can be passed down to the next generation, preserving America's rural economy.
A lot of farms would you love your children, and your children are great, and they want to be farmers, and you leave the farm and your children, and a lot of farms are sort of cash poor, land rich, cash poor, and the kids would go to the local bank or to any bank, and they'd borrow money to pay the estate tax, and they'd end up losing the farm. They go bankrupt, and a lot of death too. Literally, because they love their farm and they love their business and they love that way of life, they end up committing suicide. A lot of suicides. We have no more estate tax. How about that? Do you have children?
I do.
Well, let them know. Now, if you love your children, then it's good. If you don't love your children, you don't have to leave them anything. It doesn't matter what I just said.
They're still young. I still love them.
I have a feeling you love your children.
I still love them.
I have a feeling you love your children. But the estate tax is a very big thing, so you don't have estate tax. You die, you leave your farm or whatever, or small business too.
Officials described the relief package as a bridge from previous policies that left farmers struggling with high costs. The $11 to $12 billion in support will give producers the financial space needed to manage their operations and plan for the next growing season.
We are very pleased to announce that today we are going to be effectuating an $11 billion bridge payment to our farmers. The money will move by February 28th of 2026, but by the end of this month, so just in the next couple of weeks, every farmer that is able to apply for it will know exactly what that number looks like. So as you are going to your lender, as you are working to ensure and understanding what you can plant for next year, you will have that number in hand. And we will continue to talk to our farmers, continue to understand exactly what this looks like and what is necessary. The final thing I'll say is,
$12 billion.
Well, we're holding $1 billion back. So today we are announcing $11 billion. We are holding $1 billion back.
The White House stressed that a strong farm economy is crucial for national food security. With tariff-funded relief, falling input costs, and new trade agreements, officials say American farmers are poised for a golden age of production, supporting both domestic and global food supply.
Hundreds of billions of dollars in exports support millions of jobs and keep America's economy running strong. And this administration is committed to keeping it that way. By putting farmers first, President Trump is ushering in a new golden age for agriculture. The President's $11 billion relief package for America's farmers comes at a critical time. These direct payments will give producers the breathing room they need to market this year's harvest and plan for next season. This serves as a liquidity bridge during a period of adjustment, supporting the strongest
BV News will continue to cover this story as the assistance package rolls out, reporting on its impact on farmers, rural communities, and American families.